If you think Vegapunk is the smartest character in One Piece, you're only half right. Because raw intelligence and strategic genius are two completely different things, and some of the most dangerous minds in this series never invented a single thing. Today we're ranking 20 of One Piece's most intelligent characters based on their actual feats, not just their titles. We're talking about strategic thinking, manipulation, scientific innovation, and tactical combat intelligence. Some of these placements are going to make you mad, and honestly, that's the point. Because when you compare someone who can build ancient weapons to someone who orchestrated a decade-long revenge plan, the criteria gets messy fast. Let's go from the bottom to the absolute peak. Number 20, Queen. Starting at the bottom, we have Queen the Plague. Yeah, he's a former mad scientist. Yeah, he created biological weapons and modified his own body. But this man's ego consistently outweighs his intelligence. During the 1.0 arc, specifically chapters 1034 to 1035, Queen literally gives Sanji time to figure out his Germa abilities by monologuing about Judge's research. He had Sanji dead to rights multiple times and fumbled it because he couldn't resist showing off. Intelligence without discipline is just wasted potential. Number 19, Judge Vinsmoke. Judge created the Germa soldiers, modified his own children's genetics, and built a mobile kingdom. That's undeniably impressive. But here's the thing. He succeeded scientifically and failed at literally everything else. He allied with Big Mom and immediately got betrayed, exactly like anyone with basic pattern recognition could have predicted. His emotional intelligence is zero, and in One Piece, that matters. His entire plan in the Whole Cake Island arc around episode 795 falls apart the moment Big Mom does exactly what pirates do: betray people. Number 18, Nami. Nami's intelligence is hyper-specialized, and that specialization is navigation and weather prediction. In a world where the Grand Line's weather can kill you in seconds, that's massive. She predicted a cyclone on Weatheria during the time skip and has consistently saved the Straw Hats from natural disasters they'd never see coming. But outside of cartography, weather and treasure hunting, she doesn't operate on the strategic level of the higher names on this list. Number 17, Franky. Franky memorized Pluton's blueprints and burned them. Think about that. He held the knowledge to build an ancient weapon in his head and chose to destroy it. Post-time skip, he integrated Vegapunk's technology into his own body after only 2 years of study. During Dressrosa and Wano, his tactical engineering, like the Franky Shogun and the tactical vehicles, shows adaptive intelligence. But he's still primarily a builder, not a mastermind. Number 16, NL. NL had a god complex, but he wasn't stupid. He combined his Goro Goro no Mi with mantra, observation haki, to monitor an entire country. His Raigo plan in the Skepaya arc around episode 182 was genuinely apocalyptic-level strategy. He even built a functional flying ship to reach the moon. Where he fails is adaptability. The second Luffy's rubber body nullified his lightning, Enel had no backup plan. One-trick pony syndrome. Number 15, Usopp. This is going to be controversial, but hear me out. Usopp's intelligence is creative and improvisational. He's not book smart. He's survival smart. During Dressrosa, chapter 758, he sniped Sugar from an impossible distance while falling. He's invented weapon after weapon with scraps. His lie about leading 8,000 followers literally came true in Dressrosa. That's not just luck. That's understanding psychology and perception well enough to manipulate reality itself. Number 14, Sanji. Sanji's intelligence shows in 3 areas: cooking science, tactical combat, and infiltration. He's the Straw Hat who thinks in terms of stealth and information gathering, like his Mr. Prince moment in Alabasta or his raid suit infiltration in Wano. He deduced the existence of all blue through culinary knowledge and oceanography. But his biggest weakness is obvious. His inability to fight women has compromised multiple missions. Khalifa in Eni's lobby, Black Maria in Wano. Emotion overrides logic. Number 13, Rob Lucci. Lucci is a tactical assassin with over 20 years of CP9 and CP0 experience. His intelligence is operational, infiltration, assassination, and combat efficiency. He spent 5 years undercover in Water 7 without breaking character once. His Rokushiki mastery shows someone who understands biomechanics and combat physics. But he's a weapon, not a strategist. He follows orders. He doesn't create the plans. Number 12. Caesar Clown. Caesar is a genius chemist who created synthetic devil fruits and weaponized gas that can petrify entire islands. Punk Hazard, starting episode 579, proves his scientific capability. But Caesar is also a coward who constantly makes terrible alliances. He worked for Doflamingo, got captured, worked for Big Mom, got captured again. Pattern recognition is apparently not his strong suit. High IQ, low wisdom score. Number 11. Ben Beckman. We don't have a ton of feats for Beckman, and that's the frustrating part. But what we do know is significant. He's the first mate of a Yonko crew and was stated by Oda in an SBS to have the highest IQ among all characters in the East Blue Saga. He stopped Kizaru, an admiral, just by pointing a gun at him during Marineford, episode 489. That's presence and reputation. Shanks trusts him as his strategic right hand. Limited screen time keeps him from ranking higher, but the implied intelligence is massive. Number 10. Akainu. Akainu is a military strategist who understands large-scale warfare and ideological control. He manipulated Squad during Marineford by exploiting his trauma with Goldie Roger, turning Whitebeard's ally into a weapon. That's psychological warfare at the highest level, shown in episode 473. As Fleet Admiral post-time Skip, he's restructured the Marines into a more aggressive, ideologically driven force. He's ruthless, efficient, and thinks in terms of global power dynamics. Number 9. Shanks. Shanks operates at a Yonko-level strategic intelligence. He convinced the Gorosei to meet with him personally. He ended the Marineford War with just his presence and words. He's someone who understands the balance of world power so deeply that both pirates and the world government respect his movements. The problem with ranking Shanks higher is we still don't know his full plan. He's clearly playing a long game we don't fully understand yet, but the pieces we see are masterclass level. Number 8. Dracul Mihawk. Mihawk's intelligence is often overlooked because he's known for strength, but this man trained Zoro, recognized Luffy's most dangerous ability at Marineford, his ability to make allies, and operates as a lone warlord with no crew, which means every decision is calculated solo. Chapter 51 shows him tracking Don Krieg across the Grand Line just to relieve boredom, which means he navigates and survives the new world casually. Combat intelligence and threat assessment at the highest tier. Number 7. Sengoku. Sengoku the Buddha, the man who planned Marineford, the largest military operation we've seen in One Piece. He coordinated 3 admirals, all 7 warlords, and 100,000 marines. He set the execution time as a trap and predicted Whitebeard's invasion route. His biggest failure was not predicting Blackbeard, but nobody did. Post-retirement, he's still influencing marine strategy. Decades of tactical experience make him one of the greatest military minds in the series. Number 6. Nico Robin. Robin is the only person alive who can read poneglyphs. That alone makes her one of the most knowledgeable people in the world. But beyond that, she's a trained assassin from age 8, survived on the run for 20 years by manipulating organizations like Baroque Works and CP9, and consistently provides historical and tactical insight the Straw Hats wouldn't have otherwise. Her intelligence is academic, linguistic, archaeological, and survival-based. She's the key to the One Piece itself. Number 5. Blackbeard. Blackbeard might be the smartest pirate alive. He spent decades on Whitebeard's ship waiting for the Yami Yami no Mai. He manipulated his way into the warlords, used that position to infiltrate Impel Down, recruited the worst criminals in history, killed Whitebeard, stole his devil fruit, and became a Yonko in 2 years. Every single step was planned. Marineford episodes 460 to 489 shows a man who understands timing, opportunity, and chaos theory. He's not reactive, he creates the conditions for his own success. Number 4. Trafalgar Law. Law planned his revenge against Doflamingo for 13 years. 13. He became a warlord, allied with Luffy, orchestrated the fall of a Yonko's operations, and nearly succeeded in killing Doflamingo despite being outmatched. His ope no mi usage shows medical knowledge, spatial reasoning, and tactical creativity. In Wano, he fought Big Mom alongside Kid and survived. Law thinks in terms of long-term strategy and adapts mid-battle better than almost anyone. Number 3, Crocodile. Crocodile infiltrated and nearly took over an entire kingdom. He ran Baroque Works, a covert organization with hundreds of agents, and kept his identity hidden as the mastermind for years. His plan in Alabasta, spanning episodes 92 to 130, involved political manipulation, ancient weapons, and controlled civil war. He failed because of Luffy, but the plan itself was flawless. Post-time skip, he's operating in the new world again with Cross Guild. This man learns and evolves. Number 2, Don Quixote Doflamingo. Doflamingo is a top-tier manipulator, underworld broker, and former celestial dragon who understands the world government's deepest secrets. He controlled Dressrosa for a decade through psychological manipulation and the ope no mi's previous user. He blackmailed the world government using knowledge of the national treasure in Mariejois. His network spanned the entire underworld. Smile fruits, weapons, slaves. In Dressrosa, chapters 760 to 790, even while losing, he nearly killed everyone with the birdcage. He's charismatic, ruthless, and always 3 steps ahead. Number 1, Vegapunk. It has to be Vegapunk. The man is 500 years ahead of current science. He discovered the secrets of devil fruits, created artificial ones, built the pacifistas, designed the seraphim, and his knowledge is so dangerous the world government has him under constant guard. His recent reveal in chapters 1061 onwards shows he split his consciousness into 6 satellites to maximize research efficiency. That's not just intelligence. That's transcendent understanding of physics, biology, and consciousness itself. Nobody else is close. So here's the final list. At 20 we have Queen, 19 is Judge, 18 Nami, 17 Frankie, 16 NL, 15 Usopp, 14 Sanji, 13 Rob Lucci, 12 Caesar, 11 Beckman, 10 Akainu, 9 Shanks, 8 Mihawk, 7 Sengoku, 6 Robin, 5 Blackbeard, 4 Law, 3 Crocodile, 2 Doflamingo, and the smartest character at number 1 is Vegapunk. Now here's the real question. Does scientific intelligence count more than strategic manipulation? Is Vegapunk actually smarter than Doflamingo in a practical sense, or does he just have more knowledge? And why isn't Shanks higher when he's clearly playing everyone? Drop your arguments below, tell me who I ranked wrong, defend your favorites, let's fight about it in the comments.